Hi, boys and girls. How are you? I have a little friend here. Do you know who this is? That's right. It's Curious George, the little monkey. I have a question for you. Do you know what it means to be curious? That's right. If you're curious, that means you want to know more. You want to learn more things. You want to find out about things and how they work. That's what George does. He's always very curious. Let's see what he finds out today. We're going to read this story. It's called Curious George Feeds the Animals. It is by Margaret and H.A. Ray. Let me put my glasses on and we will read our story. This is George. George was a good little monkey and always very curious. One day George went to the zoo with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. A new rainforest exhibit was opening, and they wanted to be the first ones inside. But when they got to the new exhibit, the doors were closed. "We'll have to come back later, George," the man said. "Why don't we visit the other animals while we wait?" First, they stopped to watch a zookeeper feed the seals. When he tossed little fish in the air, the seals jumped up to catch them. Then they barked for more. It looked like fun to feed the animals. "Would you like something to eat too, George?" asked the man with the yellow hat, and he bought a snack for them to share. When they stopped to see the crocodile, George remembered how the zookeeper had fed fish to the seals. He was curious. Would the crocodile like something to eat? George tossed him a treat, and the crocodile snapped it out of the air. Next, they visited the koalas. George thought the koalas were cute. Here was a friendly one. She was curious too. She wanted to see what George was eating, so he held out his hand to share. And right here's a sign. It says, "Don't feed the animals." George shared his treats with an elephant and a baby kangaroo. George was making lots of new friends at the zoo. The lion was already eating, but the hippopotamus tried a snack. Next, he gave a treat to an ostrich. Then George saw the giraffes. What fun to feed a giraffe! Giraffes usually have their heads up high in the trees, but George could see these giraffes would be easy to feed. But as soon as he held out his hand, a zookeeper came running. The zookeeper looked angry. Was he angry with George? George didn't know, and he didn't want to stay to find out. He slipped away. And the giraffes were happy to help. But where did George go? He was trying his best to hide, but little monkeys can't stay still for long. When George wiggled, the zookeeper was waiting. "I see you," he said. Just then, another zookeeper hurried by. "Come quick," she yelled. Someone saw the parrot. The first zookeeper led George to a bench. "The parrot from our new exhibit escaped, and I must help find it," he explained. He told George to wait for him there, and before he left, he said, "Don't you know you're not supposed to feed the animals? The wrong food might make them sick." George felt awful. He didn't know he wasn't supposed to feed the animals. He didn't want to make them sick. George was looking at the treat in his hand when all of a sudden, a big bird swooped down and snatched it right up. Now George knew he wasn't supposed to feed the animals, but this one had helped himself. A zookeeper passing by was happy to see George. "You found the parrot," she said. "We've been looking for this bird all day." When she saw George's snack, she said, "This isn't the best thing to feed a parrot, but a little won't hurt. Would you like to help me put him back where he belongs?" George was glad to help after all the trouble he had caused, and together they went back to the exhibit. "There's our problem," the zookeeper said, pointing to a hole in the netting. As the zookeeper discussed how to fix it, George had an idea. He climbed up like only a monkey can, and when he reached the hole, he tied the netting back together. Meanwhile, the first zookeeper returned. "Catch that naughty monkey," he yelled. "He was feeding the animals." But that little monkey found the parrot, another zookeeper told him. "And look, he fixed the netting. Now we can open the exhibit." When George came down, all the zookeepers cheered. Finally, the celebration began, and the doors were opened. The man with the yellow hat was there, and he and George got to be the first ones inside. As George walked in, the zookeepers thanked him for all his help. "Please visit any time," they said. George couldn't wait to come back and see his friends. But next time, he'd remember, unless you are a zookeeper, don't feed the animals. All right, I have a song for us to do about monkeys. I would like you to stand up and you can help me. Can you hold up 5 fingers? 5 little monkeys swinging from the tree, teasing Mr. Alligator can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and he snatched a monkey right out of the tree. 4 little monkeys swinging from the tree, teasing Mr. Alligator can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and he snatched a monkey right out of the tree. 3 little monkeys swinging from the tree, teasing Mr. Alligator can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and he snatched a monkey right out of the tree. 2 little monkeys swinging from the tree, teasing Mr. Alligator can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and he snatched a monkey right out of the tree. 1 little monkey swinging from a tree, teasing Mr. Alligator can't catch me. Along came Mr. Alligator, quiet as can be, and he snatched a monkey right out of the tree. Miss me, now you gotta kiss me. Good job. Now, boys and girls, I thought we could make a monkey. Do you want to help me? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is get our paints here. I have some brown and tan and black and green. And we are going to use our hand to make the monkey. So we're going to put some brown paint on our fingers. Ooh, this kind of tickles. All right, we're not going to put any paint on our thumb. We're just going to put it on the 4 fingers and the palm of our hand, like this. All right, you see that? What color is my hand now? Yes, it's all brown. Then we're going to take our hand and we're going to push it on the paper very hard, like that. Okay? Now, any place where the paint didn't stick, you can just fill it in. And these are going to be the monkey's legs, where your fingers are. This is going to be the monkey's body. Now, we want to make the rest of the monkey. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take our paintbrush and we're going to make a circle shape. If you make a circle shape, that's going to be for the monkey's head. And here's the monkey's ears. And then we're going to make the monkey's tail. And he's got a long tail. Okay? Then we want to color in the monkey's face. I'm going to use a little bit of my tan and color in the monkey's face. Okay? And then we're going to paint the inside of the monkey's ears. A little bit of tan there. A little bit of tan here. All right. Okay, now we need to give the monkey eyes. So we're going to paint some little circle eyes. And we need to give the monkey a nose, little nose. And how about a mouth? Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Now, this monkey is hanging. Can you see how he's hanging? These are his legs, and he's hanging from the tree. So I'm going to make some leaves or a vine for him to hang from. See? And then he's hanging like that. Now maybe you don't have any brown paint or green paint at your house. So you can still make a monkey. You can use some markers or some crayons. You're going to take your hand. You can get your mom or dad to help you. And you're going to trace around your fingers, because this is how you make the monkey's legs. Remember, we're not tracing our thumb, and then we just bring it around like that. You're going to draw a circle for the monkey's head and for the ears. Then you're going to draw the monkey's tail on here, like this. Okay? And then you can just take your crayon and you can color your monkey in brown. So if you don't have any paint, you can still make a monkey. You can use crayons or markers. And you're going to color in the outside of his ears. And then you're going to get a lighter color to color in the inside of his ears. And to color his face. And then remember, we got to give him some eyes. So we're going to draw some eyes for our monkey. And a nose. And a mouth. And then we want to give him something to hang from. So we can just take our crayon or marker and we can make the vine for him to hang from. And so now you have some monkeys hanging from the tree. And they better watch out so Mr. Crocodile doesn't get them. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you're having a great day. And George and I want to say bye-bye. We'll see you later.